Britney Spears singing lessons. All right, y'all ready for your headliner? Yeah. Come on, y'all can do better than that. You ready for your headliner? Yeah. This next performer, very talented lady, very funny. You've seen her all over the place. You've seen her at you've seen her time out west, Jokes and Notes. You've seen her all over Chicago. Please welcome to the stage, Miss KB Marion. Yeah.
All right, everybody's looking good and caffeinated and not drunk because we're at a coffee shop, so that's good. What's funny is, like, on our way up here, we're all like, yeah, when we get there, we're gonna get a couple of beers and get ready for the set. Then we walk in and we're like, guess we'll have chai tea then. It's very true. Actually, I've gotten 2 speeding tickets this year, and the thing about that is now they're $175. And so I've had 2, so now I've become paranoid every time I'm driving. And like every time I see a black and white car, I think it's the police. So I was driving with my homegirl and I started to brake, and she's like, what are you doing? I was like, hey, there's a cop behind me on the left lane. She looked over and she's like, bitch, that's the Geek Squad car from Best Buy. What are you talking about? And I got in a car accident too. I've been in a car accident this year, and the thing about it is that I got hit by another car, and he got hit by another car. And so the guy that did all the hitting, the initial hit, got out his car. And he was like, you guys got insurance? I'm like, motherfucker, you hit us. Do you have insurance? And so, but his eyes lit up because he saw like a black and a Mexican, so he was just trying to make sure and fill us out. And so, yeah, I pulled out my Allstate card. I was all excited. And then a little, like, Mexican dude ran back to his car. And then, like, he searched through everything to find his insurance card to be like, oh, I'm against the stereotype. I actually have an insurance card. So everything worked out. But every time I get in a car accident, I do the same thing. Like, I hop out the car, and I look at the damage. Then I touch the dent as if I'm Jesus and can heal it immediately. The car could be totaled, I'm still doing it. My insurance company called, they're like, it's totaled. I'm like, give it 3 days, it'll come back to life. Give it 3 days. Most comedians like to do a lot of things, like they like to kind of make fun of the audience and such. I don't like to do that. What I like to do is kind of make fun of myself with a segment I'd like to call KB's Insecurities. Now, my first insecurity is eating a banana in public. And it's not because I'm black. But, no, it's because I'm a woman and, like, bananas look like penises. So one time I was at work eating a banana, and this guy across from me was like, ooh, KB, the way you eat that banana is interesting. It's like, why are your hands under the table right now? Like, another insecurity is people with dogs. Does anybody have a dog?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. When their dogs sniff my crotch area and turn away too long, and I'm like trying to dodge it, but they keep, and I don't know if I'm the dog's bitch now or I need Vagisil or Summer's Eve or something. The other thing is I didn't realize, like, after the age of 12, if your family still considers you a tomboy, they just think you're a lesbian, which I found out at Thanksgiving this past week, so that was cool. And then the final one is because I do stand-up, they're always looking for somebody to compare me to, like, because I'm female or whatever. And so they're always like, you know who you remind me of? You know who you remind me of? You remind me of Whoopi Goldberg. I'm like, are you serious? She hasn't had eyebrows since Ghost. Are you serious? And I'm not the only crazy one in my family. My brother's crazy too. Like, he's full of hypocrisy. Like, everything he does, is just hypocritical to his lifestyle. Like, he's like, oh, I can't stand a white man. They're always trying to bring us down. I'm like, you're married to a white woman. Your kids are half white. You made little Holly Berries and Barack Obamas. It's good. Then he said, oh, I'm a Republican now, I'm a Republican. I was like, but your gang wears blue. What are you going to do? The Republicans are red. He has the tattoo of John 3:16 down his arm, but then on the other side it says Hitman with a bullet and a gun. And the thing about him being a Republican is like he doesn't understand the philosophy of being a Republican, like they're like for less government and everything. He's like, hell yeah, I'm a Republican. I'm a Republican. We need less government. I'm like, you're on unemployment and you have food stamps. That's not possible. You are everything that they hate. As a matter of fact, right now we are eating a steak that the government paid for, and it's delicious too. The only thing you have in common with Republicans is that you don't like gays and you love guns. And I actually used to be a high school English teacher. I used to teach out in Aurora. And then basically I got fired. It wasn't for bullshit or anything, but I was laid off because of budget cuts. And so I got an email that said I need to come down to the office at 8 a.m. the next morning. And I was like, oh, they're not going to fire me because I haven't even taught a class yet. That's too early in the morning to get fired. And so I go in expecting to get transferred. So I sit down and the principal's like, this is going to be harder for me than it is for you. First off, anytime anybody says that, it's always harder for you. So I'm sitting there and she goes, you've been a great asset for the community and everything. You've done a lot for our students. And you've been a great colleague, but due to budget cuts, we're going to have to let you go. And I was like, to another school. And she said, no, you no longer will be working here. And I was like, because I'll be working at another school. And then she said, no, you're fired from the entire district. And I said, wait a minute. Now, normally I keep it very professional because I'm at work. But this was one of those moments. Aren't you special just because you got a camera? Your phone can go off. Really? No, so usually I'm professional. But this was like one of those moments where I just lost it, and I just blacked out, and I was like, fuck you, you racist bitch. I can't stand this fucking school anyway, you Sarah Palin looking bitch. Go jump off a cliff and I'll blow this fucking school up. Side note, I hadn't got my letter of recommendation yet. So once I do and the restraining order is lifted, I'm gonna go back to teaching. And when you're a teacher, you don't get fired like everybody else. When you get fired from a regular job, it's like, you're fired, now go pack up your desk. And they're like, all right, you know, and you take all the shit that you can and you put in that box that escorts you off the premises, you're flicking motherfuckers off. Like, fuck this shit. Fuck it. Not when you're a teacher. I got fired in February. I had to teach until June. All right? I had to teach until June. So I went back upstairs and my kids were like, what's going on, Miss Mary? And I was like, yeah, I just got fired due to budget cuts. And they were like, so it wasn't the weed? I was like, no, it wasn't the weed. We're okay with the weed. And so they were like, what about our grades? I was like, whatever you got before I got fired is what you're getting for the semester. Because we're not doing shit else for the rest of the semester. Yeah, and this one boy was like, yeah, but I'm failing. I was like, dude, you have a 6%. You weren't going to pass anyway. I was going to ask you, why are you still coming? And how the fuck are you failing gym, too? Like, and so I had to go through that whole unemployment rigmarole. So I had to go to the unemployment office. And I don't understand how the most understaffed place on the planet is the unemployment office. Like, they have a line of applicants right before them that they could hand out, like, applications to. And so I go up there, and it's a little old lady working, because they always seem to have elderly people working at those type of jobs, I don't know, to make the process even longer. And so I go up to her, and I was like, yeah, I need to speak to a representative. She's like, oh, miss, you're going to have to take this number. Now, all I did was ask her, I said, well, how long is the wait? She turned to me, she's like, it's not like you have a job. It's not like you have any place to go. Sit your ass down over there. And I was like, really, old bitch, you're going to sit up there and just say that to me? So I sit over there and I'm filling out the application, and I look up and I see a couple in the unemployment line. Like, both of them are unemployed. Now, I'm all for love and shit, but if we're both broke, we do not need to be together. I'm gonna find somebody with some money, you find somebody with a job, and we will meet back up if it works out. And then the other thing is like with that, like I've been unemployed for a while, and so I'm kind of sitting there, and like when you watch daytime TV, shit starts to get a little enticing when you're unemployed. Like I saw an ITT Tech commercial, and I was like, that looks like a good option right now. I think I can really make my life work out. Look at Jesus, he's playing with his son in the park. They're on the go, their life is better. Could totally do that. It doesn't help though. It doesn't help that I like to spend my nights like smoking weed and drinking and watching Intervention. You know, I watched my favorite Intervention episode was an episode where they had this investment banker, and in 6 years he had spent $10 million. He had been a coke addict. He had spent $10 million. And his family was like, we need to get to him before he hits rock bottom. He's at the earth's core right now. He spent $10 million in 6 years. What is there to fix at this point? If I spent $10 million in 6 years, I don't want to get sober. I want to stay high for the rest of my life, because what am I really looking forward to? And what's fucked up is I don't even think like he knew he had been high so long. I don't even think he knew he was homeless. Like he would like wake up on a park bench and fix his tie and like still carry a briefcase like he was going somewhere. And I was trying to figure out, what is he doing? Any people in here have kids? It took you a minute. Were you guys unsure? You're just happy you're away from them right now? And you don't want to be reminded? I don't have any kids. Cause fuck them. They're just too much work, they're too expensive.
They don't leave home.
They don't leave home, and they're talking about, man, she put y'all right on blast. Those two, they come in late at night, waking us up, always borrowing money. Get a goddamn job already. Wait a minute, these are both your kids? And they both live at home?
No, she just graduated from college and she has a job and she's a senior in college.
Like essentially y'all really got two roommates right there. Like y'all could just move out and get your own apartment. You see how I fixed that for you? Like that's what you suggest, you know. Merry Christmas. No, I don't have any kids. And so, like, I've taken precautionary steps by only sleeping with women because it has curved down on not having kids. I see Rockford does not like gay jokes. Like, that was... I'm just saying being a lesbian would be really good birth control. No, my friend has two kids, and she always asks me to babysit, and they're really cute kids. But my favorite part of babysitting is like when they go to sleep. Like that's, like I try to get them to sleep as soon as possible. Like the sun could be shining, ice cream truck out, kids are playing outside. I got them at the table eating dinner in their pajamas. It's 3 p.m. I'm over in the corner with their apple juice stirring in NyQuil. I'm like a little Jim Jones and shit. They're out by 4 p.m. Their mom calls. She's like, how are the boys doing? I'm like, they're doing great. Can I talk to them? No, you can't. They've had a long day and they're asleep now. And the one thing that I hate about going up to my friend's house, she has her kids, and they always have these bullshit fundraisers that they always want to do, like as if I don't have other things I want to spend my money on besides their damn fundraisers. you know, like weed or alcohol or some fake, you know, purse or some sandals from DSW. I have other shit I want to spend my money on besides their damn fundraiser. And so, like, you buy all this stuff, like $30 for gourmet cookie dough, $20 for wrapping paper, $25 for peanut brittle. Then you walk into Walgreens, you can buy all that shit for $5. And they do all that work so what? Their kid can win a Slinky? Like, really? I would just buy the Slinky. It's much cheaper for everybody. But there is one fundraiser that I truly enjoy, and it's those damn Girl Scout cookies. Like, I could smell Girl Scout cookies like 10 miles away. Seriously, Girl Scout cookies are so good. And what's messed up about the Girl Scout cookies is that you can't get them from anywhere. You can't get it from anybody. You gotta go to a Girl Scout. They got supply and demand for your ass. They're like selling the top-notch shit. They're like Scarface and Frank Lucas of fundraising. What do Boy Scouts sell?
Christmas wreaths.
Christmas trees.
Yep.
This is the reason why the Boy Scouts will always stay down. First off, has anybody ever bought a Boy Scout Christmas tree? And your son is probably in Boy Scouts. Why'd you buy it? Was it a live tree or was it a fake tree? That's even more hassle. See, the Boy Scouts don't make your life easy at all. You gotta water the tree, clean up the pine. You know you can buy fake trees, right? You can just reuse it every year. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Get the 3 R's. But yeah, they sell popcorn. You can get popcorn anywhere. It's pathetic. Like, the Boy Scouts have the worst fundraisers. And you know they're pissed off every time they see the Girl Scouts. I'm like, look at these bitches. The little green sashes. And you know, they like gotta show off their badges. Well, at least we could put out forest fires. The Girl Scouts are like, but yeah, we make millions, bitch. And we wear green sashes because we make money, bitch. But that's been my time. You guys have been great. Give it back up to your host, Marco. Check out Why So Funny, whysofunny.com. All that good stuff. Thank you.
Keep it going for KB Marion! Keep it going for No Way Jose, Leroy Hicks, Emilio Amato, and Bookworm for having us out here every month. Also, let's see, what did I want to mention? Don't forget, we got all the charity stuff going on. What's that?
Last day to order cookie box.
Oh, and today's the last day. Okay.
19th.
Guess when?
19th.
Oh, the 19th. Okay, the 19th is the last day to order the cookie boxes. Make sure to get those. We got some delicious cookies, and also they are very sensitive to like people's allergies. So if you're allergic to something, let them know, because it's like Is it all allergen free, or do you guys make those custom?
I've got the big case has a glass divider down the center, and half is traditional and half is allergen friendly.
I just eat it all because it's all yummy. I don't care if I'm gonna bust out in hives. It's yummy. I'm gonna eat it. But yeah, thanks for coming out. The next show will be in January, last Friday of January. I forgot what, the 27th. And we'll have your headliner will be Mike Wiley, feature yes. Very funny man from Chicago. Feature first time we brought someone back from a guest spot to actually do like a feature spot. That's going to be Dallas Super. I don't know if y'all remember him. And then also we're going to have Patrick Spillane doing a guest spot, and also Love's Park Zone Scott Galvin. And once again, please don't forget the tip jar. And also, I got a book of poetry for sale, and my wife is going to hold up a copy in a minute so y'all can see. And
It's excellent.
yeah, and it's only $10. And also, don't forget, Amelia's also got a book of poetry if you're into poetry, and hers is also $10. Also, thanks to the poetry people who stuck around, and thanks for those who shared their poetry earlier. Have a safe drive home. Good night, and happy holidays.